Hi again, everybody. We're going to talk about sales tax, tip, and income tax. Sales tax is determined by finding a certain percentage of the purchase price. It is added to your total bill when you make a purchase. A tip is money given to someone to show appreciation for a service given. All right, so calculating sales tax and tip. Method 1, figure out your total bill if you buy a CD for $15.50 with a sales tax of 5%. So what we'll do here, we'll convert the percent to a decimal, which we just learned how to do previously. So we're going to move our decimal 2 places to the left, or divide by 100, multiply the price and the decimal together. So we take our price of $15.50 and multiply it times our percent as a decimal, and we're going to get 77 cents, or 78 cents, because we rounded up. So we would multiply it after the 3 decimal places and then round up to 78 cents, because money, there isn't 3 places after the decimal in money, is there? So we have to be conscious of that. All right, and then step 3, we would add the tax or tip to the price. So whether it's tax or tip, we're going to add it to the price, unless there's instances where it says what is just the tax or what is just the tip. If it's asking for your total, you have to make sure to add your amount of cost to the tax or the tip to get the total. All right, so here's an example. So Lindsay went to Best Buy and bought an MP3 player. If the MP3 player cost $78.99 and the sales tax was 6.5%, what was her total bill? So step 1, change our percent to a decimal. Move it 2 places to the left. Step 2, multiply our initial cost times the tax, and we will get $5.13 for the tax, and then we have to make sure we add that back to our original amount. So our final cost for the MP3 player will be $84.12. All right, Carly at lunch with her friends at Salsa's. They had a delicious meal that cost $21.23. If they tipped their waitress 18%, what was their total bill? So here we have the meal's cost. What we don't know is how much it initially was or the dollar amount for the tip. But we do know that the tip was 18%. So what we can do is we can take $21.23, multiply it times the 18%, find out the tip was $3.82, and add that to the $21.23. So we would take the $21.23 that their meal costs, multiply it times our percent as a decimal, and then we would go ahead and add back our $3.82 for the dollar amount for the tax, or I'm sorry, for the tip, and we would get $25.05. All right, Shayna and Samantha went to Patrick Henry Mall. Shayna bought some earrings for $9.95. If the tax was 5.5%, what was her total bill? So now we're just calculating tax. So same deal. Sales tax and tip are the same deal. It's easy peasy. So we move our decimal 2 places to the left. We take our decimal, multiply it times the cost, find out that it's 55 cents. Add the 55 cents to the $9.95, and our total final cost for the earrings was $10.50. Danielle ate dinner with her family at Ruby Tuesdays. Oh, they don't even have those anymore. That's old. I need to replace that. Their bill came out to $34.20. If they left a 19% tip, how much was their total bill? 19%, move it 2 places to the left, we end up with 0.19 or 1900ths. Multiply that times the $34.20, we get $6.50, and go ahead and add that to the original amount of $34.20. Their final cost after their total bill, after their tip, is $40.70. Chaston went to Walmart to buy a new video game. The game cost $51.49 and the tax was 5.5%. How much did the game cost him after tax? Well, you have to move that decimal places 2 places to the left, so we get 55 thousandths. Multiply that times $51.49. We find out that the tax cost him $2.83 and add that back to the $51.49 for a total cost out the door of $54.32. All right, so we have another method for doing sales tax and tip. It's a little different here. This one, you don't have to go back and add it. So it's a little simpler, but you just have to do a little bit in the front. You know that your purchase costs you 100% of its cost. So if I went out and I bought something, how much it costs is 100% of its cost. So if I add that to what my sales tax is, my amount paid, my total amount that I will pay will be 104.5% of what it costs, because I'm going to pay an additional 4.5%. So what you can do is you can apply that before you multiply. So you only have to multiply once. This way now, I can take my 104.5%, move my decimal 2 places to the left, and get 1.045. All right, so my third step is to multiply the price times the decimal. So if what I'm buying costs $3.50, my latte costs $3.50, I'm going to multiply that times 1.045. And so my final cost will automatically be calculated in that multiplication. I don't have to go back and add it in this situation. So for these, 350 times 1.045 is 366, and my final cost for the latte is $3.66. All right, so Gene bought a new SUV for $23,999. If the tax was 5.5%, what was the total cost of the vehicle? So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to take 100% plus 5.5%. I'm going to end up with 105.5%. I'm going to multiply that times, I'm going to move my decimal 2 places to the left and get 1.055. And I'm going to multiply that times my $23,999 for the cost of the car. So with doing that, when I multiply it out, my final cost of the car will be $25,318.95 with tax included. All right, so if I go and buy a new TV for $1,299 and the sales tax was 8%, how much did I spend in all? Well, if I add up 100% for the cost plus 8% for the tax, I'm going to get 108%. Then I'm going to go ahead, move my decimal over 2 places, get 1.08, and multiply that times the cost of the TV. So with tax, after multiplying, I will be at $1,402.92. All right. Same deal here. 108% when you add the 2 percents together. Move my decimal 2 places to the left and multiply it times the initial cost of the motorcycle, coming out to $5,940 after taxes. All right, so now we're going to look at a tip example. So my meal, if I pay for 100% of my meal, comes out to $71.20. And then I multiply that times 117% as a decimal, which would be 1.17. I'm going to end up getting $83.30. Okay, and I know I'm going through these a little fast. You guys go back, do the math yourself, check it, okay? We've looked over how to multiply decimals, how to multiply percents, how to multiply fractions, all of that. We should have a pretty good handle on it, so you should be able to go through this with this instruction and get there. If you can't and you're having a hard time with this, let me know and we'll get it figured out. All right, so we bought 3 candy bars for $1.64. The sales tax is 7.5%. What is the total bill? 100% plus 7.5% is 107.5%. Change that to a decimal, move it 2 places to the left, and multiply $1.64 times 1.075 and get $1.76 out the door with taxes. All right, so now we're going to look at income tax real quick. We're not going to take a ton of time on this. It's not much different. Here's an example here. If I work at HEB and I make $24,000 a year, and my tax rate is 15%. In this situation, I'm not adding it to the tax. I'm not adding the tax to the initial amount. I'm subtracting it. So I have to first take my percent, turn it into a decimal, convert the percent to a decimal. Then I have to multiply my income, or my amount of money earned each year, times my percent. And so I will get $3,600. Now I'm not going to go back and add that $3,600 to it. I'm going to subtract it. So I'm going to take $24,000 minus $3,600, and how much money I actually make after the government gets paid, because you have to give the government money because they have to go and make roads, pay for welfare, pay for Medicare, pay for government employees, all of those things that people use on a day-to-day basis and don't realize and take for granted. It comes out of your paycheck. You pay for it. Everybody does. So you have to pay into that, and it comes out. And so you actually don't make as much money as you think you do. And so any job you have, you're going to be in a tax bracket, and you're going to have to pay taxes, and it's based off a percentage. So you're going to have to multiply whatever you make times the percentage, and then you have to pay that amount to the government. And you have to think about it, because at the end of the year, if you don't, they're going to want their money, and you're going to have to give it to them. So keep that in mind, okay? You're going to have to subtract this one. You're giving it away. You're not getting it. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. If you have any trouble, if you need any help, let me know. Otherwise, go ahead and do the activities attached. Thank you.